Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing drunk tourists. And you know what? Having been here for a decade and a half, I can tell you there are some drunk tourists in Thailand. There are a few. They're out there. I know it sounds strange, but there are a few. They are out there. The reason I thought of making this video, and this may be one of my more lighthearted videos. I'm sure that those who watch this channel notice that there's not a lot of those, so we kind of relish in it when we can make one. But I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Pattaya Mail. That's pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Pattaya Tourist Police Practice Drunk Tourist Response. And honestly, as a taxpayer, I honestly think that this is a good use of police time and resources. I really, really do. Okay? Quoting directly, the scenario called, so they're talking sort of the preamble to this is they're going through scenarios the police are training on how to deal with drunk tourists. Quoting directly, the scenario called for a hired actor to play the role of a foreign man who was drunk and acting threateningly toward others in public, waving a wooden rod and shouting crazily. Can't say that's something that's wholly would be unheard of out here in Thailand amongst some of the tourists, honestly. Quoting further, threatened tourists and locals called the SOS police signal, and officers responded, first trying to talk to the drunk to calm him down, or to calm him. Quoting further, when that didn't work, they used shields and prongs to trap the tourist and put him on the ground in handcuffs. So let's be clear. You don't want to be trapped with shields and prongs in Thailand and then put in handcuffs. That is not a place you want to be in Thailand. So, first off, just practical advice, maybe just sort of, keep a leash on it a little bit, Perhaps don't walk around waving a wooden rod and talking threateningly and crazily at people. That also is probably something that could get you, gain the attention of local constabulary here in Thailand. So, the reason for the video, though, is, look, this stuff does happen, and it is a good thing, in my opinion, that the police are trained to deal with it as calmly as they can. And quite honestly, I've witnessed some pretty mind-blowing things, especially from a Western perspective, having lived in Thailand as long as I have. And unfortunately, there are many examples of Westerners behaving badly. And quite honestly, it's been my experience for the most part, Thai law enforcement is pretty darn calm when dealing with folks in this position. But again, it depends on circumstances. I've seen some situations where, folks have gotten out of control for one reason or another. I've also seen circumstances where people have been victimized by such a person. So again, I think it's a wise use of time and police resources to continue to train on this, especially, hopefully, as we're going to start seeing an influx of tourists into Thailand, and hopefully we will see a substantial one coming into the high season here in the Kingdom of Thailand.